What's going on, guys? It's Brandon back here again today for another BFR video. Sorry about the little glare that's making the light a bit fuzzy. I'm not really sure how to fix that. I've been tampering with it for a little now. I'm trying the lighting. Maybe that makes it a little bit better. But we have a BFR for you today. Game 18 versus the Pittsburgh Penguins at home at 6 p.m. on November 20th. Festivities started quite early as it was Marian Hossa's jersey retirement number night. So all of that stuff was fantastic, well done by the Blackhawks. Eddie Olczyk came back and did a speech. Marian Hossa, including his NHL brother Marcel Hossa, was there, so that was cool. And then you had former Blackhawks galore and teammates: Duncan Keith, Brent Seabrook, Nicholas Hjalmarsson, Marian Hossa, Jonathan Toews, Patrick Kane, Patrick Sharp. They all took a picture together, so the big seven of them from the Dynasty years were nice. You also had other players that were part there, that like Michael Handzus, Adam Burish, Ben Eager, Johnny Oduya, Brian Bickle, Corey Crawford, Andrew Ladd, Michael Roosevelt, Scott Darling was obviously in the booth. And so it was like a whole party of just the Dynasty years members of the team. So that was cool. And then as Hossa was thanking all during his speech, was thanking all everyone, blah, blah, blah. When he got to Detroit and then he got to Chicago, like when he mentioned Detroit, the crowd started chanting "Detroit sucks," so that was fun. But that was cool. Also for this game, it was Evgeny Malkin's 1,000th game, so the Blackhawks honored him there. Great show of sportsmanship there by the Blackhawks. They put it up on the screen, and yeah, they just did a little thing there, so that was nice for them to do for Malkin. And anyway, Hawks lose 5-3. They go to 6-9-3. Caleb Jones was in. Ruse was out. Face-offs were shots were actually 35-25. 32-25. Chicago. Second time they've outshot their opponent this year. Hits were 23-19. Chicago. Face-offs were 34-28. Pittsburgh. On the power play, Chicago goes 0 for 4. Pittsburgh goes 0 for 2. DeSmith saves 29 out of 32. Soderblom saves 20 out of 24. And anyway, let's get on with the game. So Kara was denied early, Heinen to Carter missed, and then at 18:56, 1 minute and 4 seconds into the game, it's a Pittsburgh slap shot goal from Brock McGinn, 6th of the year from Raquel and Crosby to make it 1-0. Zucker's denied on a feed from Malkin, and then at 9:55, it's a Pittsburgh penalty to Archibald for slashing, which would be killed. Domi was stopped on a one-timer. Kane did a nice move, and then Domi was denied. Toews was hurting on a block shot. He would be fine. Bluger had a shorthanded break save. Won't be the last time I mention Bluger before this end of this game. Blackwell had a breakaway that was covered up. Jack Johnson was stopped. Athanasiou was denied. So into the second period we go, and at 17:33, it's a Pittsburgh one-timer goal from Evgeny Malkin, his 8th of the year. Sorry about that, guys. I had to step away for a few moments. So yeah, at 17:33, Pittsburgh one-timer goal from Evgeny Malkin in his 1,000th game, 8th of the season from Paling and Joseph to make it 2-0. So then Raquel hits the post, and then at 15:53, it's a Pittsburgh goal from Rickard Raquel, his 8th of the year. It was, if Soderblom made that save, it would have been incredible. It was Crosby over to Raquel on a one-timer. Soderblom got a piece of it, but it just wasn't enough. Raquel was left wide open. 8th of the season for him from Crosby and Pettersson. Makes it 3-0. Letang holds and hits Dickinson with no puck on the net. And let me rephrase that. Letang holds and hits Dickinson, who did not have the puck. And when there's a scramble out in front, Soderblom goes out. Soderblom gets the puck out of play. Then the ref was standing right there as Dickinson was being held and hit, and he didn't call it. And then at 10:21, it's a Chicago tap-in goal for right after the ref just does not call anything on the penalty. It's Jujhar Khaira's 2nd of the year from Dickinson. Great pass from Dickinson to make it 3-1. Goes right between the leg backward. Khaira's right at the open net. Puts it right in. Jari has no chance. Or not Jari, DeSmith. Great play and pass for sure, I wrote down. Entwistle's stick was held and there was no call. The crowd boos viciously. Then at 4:33, it's a Pittsburgh penalty to Getzel for hooking, which would be killed. Kurashev was stopped, and then Domi and Ruda have a small tussle, and Domi comes out of that with a penalty at 3:55. Chicago penalty to Domi for slashing, which would be killed, as it was a 4-on-4 for 1 minute and 22 seconds, and then Domi had gotten away with holding the stick on Getzel, so I guess that was kind of a fair penalty to give it that way. Domi had a chance that was wide later on, and then at 3:24, it's a Chicago 4-on-4 goal from Patrick Kane, his third of the season from Tays and Murphy, which makes it 3-2 and puts him within one. It was a great pass by Tays. Even Kane was yelling over to Tays, "What a pass!" And so that makes it 3-2. And at 1:06, it's a Chicago penalty to Murphy for high sticking, which would be killed. Blackwell had a breakaway with seconds to go, and it was a long pass from Kara. Letang whacks him a vicious slash on his leg as he goes flying into the boards. It was slow to get up. The Hawks come out of that, and Letang ends up getting a penalty. It's 4-on-4 for 54 seconds. Well, Letang gets the slashing call to start the period. The Hawks pressure in that 1 minute and 4 seconds of power play time. Domi just missed. Athanasiou was wide. McGinn was robbed. Paling's shorthanded break was saved off an awful Tays turnover. I don't know what Tays was doing there. But then at 14:02, it's a Pittsburgh penalty to Zucker for hooking, which would be killed. It was an awful call. Zucker should not have gotten that penalty. Archibald had a big hit on Atwhistle, and then Tenorti had a big hit on Malkin. Atwhistle had a wraparound that was saved. The Hawks were trying to get that goal. There was a blown offside call on Chicago, and then Crosby to Rust. It was a fantastic save by Soderblom. Then at 4:11, it's a Chicago from behind the net goal. Philip Kurashev's third of the season, unassisted, to make it 3-3. So imagine the net's right here. Kurashev's right over here. He just throws it, goes right off DeSmith's pad into the back of the net, and conveniently the Hawks have tied the game after being down 3-0. And then the Penguins come down the ice 57 seconds later, and it's a wide open net goal for Sidney Crosby, who dangles around 1-2, including Soderblom. And his 10th of the season from Getzel and Letang makes it 4-3. So the Hawks had it tied for that 57 seconds. The crowd was getting very loud. Awful icing call in Chicago, and the crowd was pissed at Crosby as they booed him viciously. Open net chances were blocked as the Hawks pulled the goalie at 2:05. The Hawks were pressuring. There's a timeout at 53.3 seconds. Domi had a great keep, and Kane denied. Then at 16.3 seconds, it's a Pittsburgh empty net goal to Jeff Carter's third of the season from Crosby and Letang, which makes it 5-3. However, before that happens, there's a scramble in front of the net, and during the play, Bluger, two-hand stick, speeders right in the private area. That's what speedering is, Kurashev. And there's no call. Tays goes nuts and goes after Bluger. And he didn't get to him. The ref was holding him back. But somehow the Hawks don't have a power play coming out of that. They would have had a power play for the rest of the game and had a chance to tie it. Yet the ref did not have the guts to make that call, and Bluger did something gutless. I know the hockey guy always says that's Bluger's one of his favorite players. Bluger just became one of my least favorite players in the league because of that move. Spearing is the worst thing you can do. I don't care what people say, if it's boarding, cross-checking, high-sticking. Spearing is, especially for a man, the worst possible thing you can do, and I'm disgusted by I can't believe Bluger can live with himself for doing that. And then, so at 16.3 seconds, it's Bluger and Reese Johnson get kicked out of the game after the Hawks won at Bluger, and they decide to kick him out of the game before he actually gets seriously injured. And that's the game, as Pittsburgh wins 5-3 and hosts his retirement night. Overall, it was a very good night. Yet a bunch of just reunion of Hawks players, so that was fun to watch. The next game will be on Wednesday. I don't remember who they're playing, but I'll bring that video to you on Thursday, and until then, so I'll probably get a video to you out on Thanksgiving, so not happy Thanksgiving yet. If your break started already, have a happy break for those in school or work or whatever you're doing. Not much change in the standings whatsoever, so that's really all I have for you guys today. I want to thank you guys so much for watching, and I shall see you again next time. Goodbye.